Good Saturday evening, everybody. And I am Manny Vitelli, host of My Fight Our War, co-host of My Brother's Keeper, a bikers podcast with my brother, Thomas Guffey Vestergaard, who is, I have no idea where he is. He's from Denmark. When we first started this wild adventure, he was in Thailand. Last time we talked, he was in Sweden. So you just never know where he's at. So here we are, another Saturday, another freaking blistering hot day. Well, let's hold on here. OG's in the house. You can talk about this hot, sweaty ass weather too, man. It is a scorcher, another 90 degrees. That's like 5-6 days or something like that with this. Not only is it 90, 95, 97 degrees, man, we're getting hit with the high humidity as well. So for those of you dealing with that, not only in Detroit, but around the United States and everywhere, man, just remember, check on those loved ones, especially the elderly ones with health issues. It's just, anybody. Anyone's got stuff going on, man. And
how was your ride home, by the way? You're on a motorcycle coming home.
Know what? There was actually more people than I didn't know what to expect, because with this weather, sunshine, you think, hey, it's not raining, let's ride. But when you're dealing with 90-degree heat and, being on a Harley, being on a bike, you're sitting on the engine and it is hot. And of course, black Harley, black seats, black. I had a guy today at work and he was picking up his bike. And being a very safe rider, which meant he was wearing the proper gear, but a leather jacket.
Oof.
I'm sitting there in the bay.
He must have felt
and I'm just staring at him. I just got done working on a couple bikes, and I came walking out, and I'm dying. My shirt, it looked like I just got out of the shower, and I'm sitting there. And I'm just looking up and I'm soaked. And all of a sudden I look down and there's this dude, with his leather on, full face helmet, and just sitting there checking out his bike before he gets on. And I'm just like, dude. But you know what, though, seriously, man, when it comes to riding. But the thing is, too, it's about safety, and you got to use common sense as well. Yes, safety is extreme. That's paramount. I actually had a buddy of mine. We were all riding. This was years ago, and it was a hot day. It was probably upper 80s, and Jim Leibel is in the house.
There he is.
The one, the only, talking trash. Jim. How you doing, brother? Just telling some war stories here about riding the Harleys in this 90-degree heat. And years ago, there was about, I think about 4 of us or so riding. And, I always, T-shirts and this, here in Michigan, the helmet law is not, it's optional. And yes, I hear it all the time from people. And what cracks me up is I get some people that have never been on a bike ever, giving me shit. And it's just because they care. I get it and all. But hey, you know what? It's a choice to each their own. But that's not what this story is about. So here we are. There's about 4 of us riding, and 3 of us are in like T-shirts, tank tops, and a hat. And we just got our jeans on, and we're off to the races. And my one buddy, who is very responsible in everything he does in life. I mean, these are also, boaters with very, very beautiful boats. So the safety is first. And with him, though, it was, we're looking at him when we pull up. And like I said, there's us in our attire. And here comes Eric. And all of a sudden he opens up his saddlebag and he pulls out a jacket. And he puts that jacket on. And then, of course, the gloves, which I wear gloves as well. But this jacket, it was the nylon. It wasn't leather, but it was still armor plated. So he's got the armor in the elbow, shoulders, rib cage, back. So he's got, that on as well. Helmet, full face helmet, mask, everything. And like I said, it is hot. We were riding for probably just less than an hour, and we come up to a light, and he was in front with, I can't remember who, and me and my buddy were behind him. And all of a sudden I look, and it's a red light. And so we stop, throw it neutral, got our feet down, just kind of sitting there trying to breathe. And Eric's in front of me, and my buddy was next to him. And all of a sudden I see Eric wobble a little bit.
Uh-oh.
And I kind of laughed, but then I just went right into what's up mode, because he did it again, but this time it didn't look like it was intentional at all. So then it was like something's wrong. So I see my brother Mark put his kickstand down. As soon as I saw that, I jump off my bike along with my other buddy. By the time we got to Eric, he was going right over. And good thing he did have his helmet on, because he landed right on his face. And we got him off the ground. We got his bike and him off to the side of the road. Took his helmet off. He was soaked, absolutely drenched. Undid his jacket. It was just like water pouring out. I mean, that's how hot he was. So here he's trying to be safe, but at the same time, damn near passed out while riding. So that is 7 minutes and 29 seconds. You guys will not get back the rest of your life. So you're welcome. Nothing?
I'm writing to Mr. Leibel.
Okay, Jim. Okay, and we got Tyler in the house. How you doing, Tyler? Mr. MMA, knocking out addiction. But today, like I said, Saturday, just had a good day at work. It had a very good day at work, because the right before lunch, I'm sitting there, and the door opens to the bay and the back, and one of the guys from sales, he goes, "Hey, Manny," he goes, "You busy?" And respond, I go, "I'm always busy, Matt," especially when the supervisor's right there. "Of course I'm busy." So he goes, "There's someone here to see you." So the door opens, and in walks my brother Bono, who I have not seen in quite a while. It was so great seeing him. I mean, it was, you talk about, instant happiness. That was it. And
how long have you known him?
I've known Bono 20 some years now. Ooh. And the thing is, I always say brother, family, and all that. We are family. And I was telling a story a while back. This was probably 2021 or 2001 or 2, somewhere around there. And we were up at Lakeside Mall, those of you here in Michigan, in Macomb County area, mall area. It was around Christmas time. And like I said, this was a long time ago, which meant, of course, it's Christmas shopping. You go to the bar. So we're sitting at the bar and waiting for Bono, and he shows up, and we're sitting there just talking. And just in conversation, he goes, "Yeah, man, it was kind of neat on the way home. I stopped by the old stomping ground, by my old, where we grew up, off of Jefferson and Continental." And I was just like, "What'd you just say? Continental?" He goes, "Yeah, that's the street that my family lived on and I grew up on." I go, "Bono, that's where I grew up. That's, on Continental off of Jefferson, probably about the third or fourth house on the south side." He goes, we were like the fourth or fifth house. Next thing you
Oh.
know, he's like, well, wait a minute, because his name's Mark. I know him as Bono. My Manny, he knew me as Gunner and all that. So we're trying to get names. He calls his mom, tells him, my name and my ma's name. And I can hear, she's like, oh my God, they live next door. Bono's uncle was best friends with my uncle Tony growing up. So here we were family. And from that moment, and we were close from the minute we met, probably 2 years before that. We were instantly close. Just something clicked. And from that day on, that was it. Family reunions, he was there. I stood up in it. Did I stand up in his? I was at his wedding. Actually,
you remember
his first or second wedding. But yeah, I got blamed for him almost not showing up. Wasn't my fault.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, everyone.
That's another story.
Do it. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But anyways, so yeah, my brother Bono. So he popped in today. It was so nice seeing him. And with me and all my shit that I've gone through in the past, that I put my family, friends, and people through, Bono never gave up on me. And I'll be so grateful for my brother Bono. He's always been there, always. And I was the one that just ended up ghosting and just dropping off the face of the earth, man. I didn't want to be around anybody, including myself, but it didn't deter Bono at all. He never gave up, and I just love him and Shelly to death. They never gave up on me. Been the best people and are the best people, and really looking forward to going back to a lot of riding, a lot of good times together. So Bono, my brother, Shelly, I love you guys. Thank you. So that was a nice day.
Does he watch the show at all?
He did that day, the last time we were on, because Shelly goes, she popped on and she was watching. And Bono walked in and she said, man, he's on. Well,
how cool is that?
He was watching, but he thought it was recorded. So then he called me while I was live. So I took the phone. I'm like, I got you, brother.
A couple days ago.
Couple days ago, that was my brother Bono.
Okay. I remember somebody tried to call him.
Yes,
they should know not to call
me and him have gone through so much. He's riding with MC. He was actually president for a while with the Mustangs, and that's a whole nother story because me and him were asked to be in a couple clubs together. Me and him both said we would never, ever, ever be in the club. The rest is history. But the bottom line is I just love him and Shelly to death. I'm very blessed to have them in my life. So that was nice. And
great.
So yeah, other than that, decided to pop on and chit chat, just have a little fun with you guys. It's Saturday night. And that's another thing. Here I'm talking to Bono at work, and I'm like, so what do you got going on this weekend? What are you doing? What are you guys doing? And he's like, as in now. And I'm like, what? I go, what is today? See, she wasn't at work, so I was like, he goes, it's Saturday. I was like, oh, okay. Christy is in the house. My nephew Bo is in the house.
Hey, Bo, I sent you a text, by the way. Just take a look at it.
Hey, Bo, she sent you a text, by the way. And Christy, happy Saturday, Christy. So, yeah, man, it was a great day. Like I said, hot as can be, but that's all right. And I want to give a shout out to my brother, AJ Galante, who is, I believe, in Edmonton. Right now doing another event, the Ice Wars, the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. So hats off to give. Check him out, man. AJ Galante and what he's got going on over there. We'll be doing a lot more promoting with that as well. And of course, we cannot forget about myself and Thomas, my brother Thomas, with My Brother's Keeper, a Bikers podcast, which will be to Monday.
Yeah, today's Saturday. So
see how I did that to Monday?
It'll
be to Monday.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to be, I believe, at 4:30. ish.
Yeah.
With myself and Thomas. So please check us out this coming Monday, 4:30 ish, for another episode of My Brother's Keeper of Bikers podcast. And Vincent, Spiritual
Vincent.
Saturday, thank you for joining us. And Christy, again, give big shout out to Christy, who is part of the family that I met in Athens, Alabama, who just
They're
celebrated
the nicest people.
2 years.
Yay, congratulations.
2 years of sobriety for Christy. Christy just put, I think Alabama ran out of Freon.
Oh, I bet it.
I
know
bet
it's
you.
hot down there.
Yeah, I tell you, we were
And
there.
Lori's on too.
We were there a couple weeks ago for an event with the one and only Lori.
Who's on?
And it was hot, not as hot as it is now, but it's okay. It is what it is. It was an amazing time. So huge thank you to, of course, Lori. And like I said, a big shout out and a big congratulations to the family member, Christy, and 2 years of sobriety. Congratulations.
Yeah, really congratulations.
Congratulations.
Now, Vincent wrote Kenzie Morrison 63 second KO. Is this a boxer?
He fought Jake Paul.
Oh.
So I know who that
Morrison
is.
and Jake Paul. You wrote it right down there. Okay.
Well, thank you for clarifying that.
And I didn't know.
When I tell you, you never know what to expect when you tune in, especially on days like this. That's what I mean. So, Vincent, thank you so much for that. And besides Monday, with our show with myself and Thomas, we're going to be doing a bunch of lives here and there, just random, where it's going to be kind of just like this. Again, when it comes to the very structured, that just doesn't go in with my name.
No.
Like if you see me or my name, structured is not, it shouldn't be part of it. But it is.
An antithesis.
Mondays are going to be, as you guys know, My Fight Our War, when we have amazing people coming on, family members, friends, whoever it may be, to share their stories of recovery, the things that they've gone through and are still going through. But not only just the person with dealing with the addiction, but we want to hear from everybody, the family members, moms, dads, husbands, wives, siblings, you name it. And since we are talking about this, the whole recovery world right now is very suffering a very big loss, as you guys have seen on all the platforms about Joe Nestor. And very sad to say that Joe passed away. And there are no words. And so instead of trying to come up with something, the only thing is thoughts and prayers to the whole family, everyone, the Nestor family, the Nestor Nation, all those, the immediate family, extended family of Joe Nestor. You are not alone. We love you. We're sorry for your loss, and we're here for you. And Joe, I never had the honor and pleasure of actually meeting you in person. We were actually just getting to talk. We were connecting. He wanted to come on our show. We talked a few times, and it's a loss, and a huge loss for the family and all of us. So again, thoughts and prayers to the whole family, and you're with us, and we will always be there for you. Prayers for Kim, and that's from wait, what's this? I missed something. Kim. Can I get some prayers? Wait a minute, let me pop this on here. This is from Christy. Can I get some prayers for a dear friend of mine who recently got the news that she has 4th stage kidney cancer?
Oh, shit.
Very sorry to hear that, Christy, and nothing but positive thoughts and prayers to what's her? Did you? I'm sorry. I thought you had her name out there. But for Christy's friend who just got this devastating news, but you know what? It's just news. Now it's time to fight. And with all of us, that's why we're here. It's my fight, but it's our war. We come together and we deal with this in a family, sending positive thoughts and prayers to Christy's friend and their family as well. What was I saying?
That you were sending prayers to.
Yeah, we got that. There was something else, and I promise you it probably won't come back to me.
Slipped out of your head.
But yeah, it was there and now it's gone. But let's see. Monday is myself.
And Sunday, wait a minute. Sunday, you're on Talking Trash.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Jim, why didn't you bring that up? This coming Sunday.
I already sent him. I said, "What's the time?" Because I have it written down, but I don't have the exact time, and I need an Eastern Standard Time, Jim.
Where is he? Where is he?
Oh, he may have gotten tired and gone.
All right, already. Jim. Jim
Get back,
is
Jim.
part of the amazing crew over at Talking Trash with Tim, of course, Jim, Will, and Kaisa over at Talking Trash Podcast. I've had the pleasure. I think this will be my 4th time on as a guest. So thank you guys for having me.
Like you're a guest host.
I'm like a guest, or like the just put them on. Shut up, So it's an honor to be on their show. Love being on there with you guys. So I will be on Talking Trash this Sunday night, and then Monday at 4:30 will be myself and Thomas for my Brothers Keeper Bikers podcast. And between now and Monday, you just never know who might pop up. We've got some things in the works. We've got some calls. We've got some people we've been talking to.
You never know who's going to show up on the show.
You just never know who just all of a sudden, who is that at the bottom of the screen and pop up. But keep your eyes open because besides myself and Thomas for our show on Monday, you just never know. Other than that, while we're just chit-chatting here, having all this fun on Silly Saturday, there was just a couple things, and we've done this in the past. Well, we can see how our amazing silly dad jokes go. It's either and Vincent, thank you. 10 weeks until NFL season. Thank you. You know what? You just made my heart happy. Thank you.
I'll wear my lion shirt tonight. That's what I'm going to do. I don't have it on now, but I'll wear it later.
But of course, we do the unexpected here. We do random silly dad jokes. We do whatever. So tonight, while we're just sitting here chit-chatting, going over random stuff again, just some things we could throw out there. And this is for everyone to answer. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And the first one is for everyone here. What is one of the most unusual things that you have ever eaten? Either knowingly or not knowing. What is one of the most unusual things that you have ever eaten is one.
Well, we start with that for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll throw 2 out there.
Okay.
The next one is, let's see. Since we're on that topic, what is your most absolute favorite food that you love? And on the other side, what is something that you would rather, oxtails. That didn't take long. Is that your favorite
or you're not your favorite?
That was Lori. That was unusual because I never got the second one out yet. But okay, Lori.
Oh, look, wait a minute. Tyler's got a joke. How does a penguin build its house? Go ahead with the joke. What's
you just keep going. We'll go with the jokes too. So
the one that I don't care for, I'm just gonna say the most unusual is what's called molch, which is which is Arabic for sheep brains. They eat scrambled eggs and sheep brains, and it actually kind of looked and had a bad texture. That kind of a gelatiny texture,
like brains,
like gray, like.
Did you know you were eating brains?
Well, yeah, they said try it, and I went. Okay.
Well,
look at Lori. Says she's a gross goat.
So we've got Lori with oxtails, and we've got OG eating
brains,
sheep brains, And we're waiting for the punchline on Tyler of how does a penguin build a house? He igloos it together.
Okay, good,
All
Tyler.
right,
That's a good
Tyler.
one. That's a good one.
So we'll just keep these flowing. We'll
Yeah,
throw in
yeah.
some silly
Okay,
dad
let's
jokes.
see. Let's see.
We
Goat
were
cheese
gonna
for cousin Tony. He likes goat cheese. And that was the oddest thing he ate. One of the oddest things.
yeah, oddest thing.
Yeah.
So we'll go with oddest thing.
Oddest thing.
And since we'll combine these two, what is the oddest or strangest thing? And what is your favorite food that you absolutely love? And what is something that you absolutely hate? Yeah. Vincent put pasta, vino, but
Bada bing, mangia,
tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
I'm gonna have my Italian card taken away. I apologize. But okay, we got oxtails. We've
Okay.
got sheep brains.
We got
What
tiramisu.
did my cousin put?
Goat cheese.
Goat cheese. I had okay, good night, family. I have to be traveling most of July.
Oh, okay.
So you're going
Well,
to
every
bed now?
pop in every now and then.
I wait a minute. They're starting to click in here.
Gator tail.
Gator tail. Laura, I go out of my way to eat exotic foods. Hey, you know what? Why not try it? You know what?
I think maybe she's get to not eat exotic foods, is what she said.
Well,
okay.
Whatever it may be. Laura, pizza, and I can't stand liver. I'm with you on both. I absolutely love pizza and liver. My grandmother did the just eat it.
It's good for
steak.
you.
I go, Grandma, this doesn't smell like steak. It's steak. Grandma, it doesn't taste like steak. Just eat it. It wasn't steak. Brandon Hughes is in the house. How you doing, Brandon? We are just throwing some silly shit around on Silly Ass Saturday, along with anything else. We've got Tyler throwing some jokes out there. He wanted to know if anyone knew how a penguin built a house, which he said he glues it together.
That was good.
And then we had, a question out there. So, Brandon, you might have something. What is the most unusual thing that you've ever eaten? And we've kind of paired that up with what is your most favorite food that you absolutely love, and at the opposite end, something you absolutely can't stand. Vincent, eat it.
No,
that's grandma. What? Manja. So wait, Tyler, I want to try fried rattlesnake. I have had rattlesnake. I went to a wild game dinner, and a bunch of us went. And what we did, it was obviously a buffet, and they had the cards with all of the, what it was we were eating. Well, after a few beers and a bunch of shots, we went up there and we we took the cards. So no one knew what it was.
Oh,
so no one knew.
Of course you did.
And of course, Jerry was behind us, and we couldn't resist the Rocky Mountain oysters, which are buffalo balls or something like that.
Testicles.
And Brandon, yeah, we actually just did, brother. We did that for the Nest for Faith and for the Nestor family. Yeah, that's what we started with. But of course, our thoughts and prayers are going to be with Faith and the family, continuously. So definitely appreciate that, Brandon.
They've been through a lot.
Oh, it's been a long journey. We're very sad.
He was in the hospital for quite a while.
Yeah, it's been. You don't want to see anyone go through life like that. I mean, you worked a lot of OR and all that, but ER, and you've seen it. Working as police and EMS and working ER and all the stuff that I did as well. You see the worst of the worst, and I especially when I worked radiation therapy. I worked oncology for years, and I would see people getting radiation therapy with a combination of chemotherapy, with a combination of iridium implants, I mean, you name it. We would have family members that love their family so much that they actually go over and above to try to keep their family here, where it gets borderline cruel. I've seen family members make decisions that were just pure emotion and regretted it after the fact because it maybe gave the person another week, if that, of tortured living. But yeah, you don't ever want to see anyone live their remaining days like that. So God bless them all, Brandon, and thank you for as well. We did do that, but thank you for bringing it up, though. That's what family does.
Yeah, Manny was trying to get him on the show a couple weeks before
the
incident happened, and then that was it.
Yeah, we got a I can't remember who the guest was actually talking about him. And
one of your musical kind of folks?
Huh?
One of your musical kind of folks?
No, I can't. It was a guest who really loved the music and everything behind the music. And besides that, just Joe himself as a person. And this person was like, listen, man, you two would, have a great show together. And I reached out, and next thing you know, he got back to me like within a day or two, and he was busy and I was busy, and we did the back and forth thing. And he was just heading out on the road, and unfortunately we know what happened next. But very sad, very sad. And that's why we do what we do now. It just goes to show you,
support one another.
We sit there, what we say and what we do and how we act is one way. What's going on inside of us can be something completely different. So, if you notice something different in people, it doesn't matter if it's someone who's in active addiction, who's running the streets this very moment and says that they're, better, they're in recovery, and something comes up and it just doesn't fit a pattern that you think they're using again, chances are you're right. If it gets to the point it does, as this just goes to show us, someone like Joe, the person that he, was doing what he was doing, seems to be on top of the world. Obviously, things happen. If you get that feeling, I've said this many times, if you get that the hair standing up on the back of your neck that something's not right, and act on it, because the last thing you want to do is live with regret. So, we're going to do that as well. Oh, let's
get
see.
Back to the other topic.
Get back to
what was your
our
favorite
list.
Food, Manny Vitale?
My favorite. Well, let's go back to the crazy shit first. I remember the first time I had lobster. Remember, as a little kid, you always did your mom or whoever eat. Do you want this or no? I don't want it. I don't like it. You've never had it. I know. But I know I don't like it. How can you not like it? You never had it. Back and forth, right? So I remember being at a real nice restaurant. I was just a little shit. My grandma was there, and we ordered some food. And my grandma had lobster. And I remember looking at the plate, and it just didn't look like, anything I've ever had. And grandma, she's like, here, you want to try some? And I said, no, because I don't like it. To which everyone said, you never have had lobster, you little shit. So for some reason, I was like, okay. So I'll never forget it. She took that lobster, dipped it in butter, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, can I have some more? The response was no. And I didn't figure it out until as I got older and found out how expensive it was. But for me, I am just as old style meat and potatoes kind of guy you can get. You give me a big hunk of meat, wave it, take that cow, walk by the fire and throw it on my plate. Pizza, love pizza. And as far as my cousin Laura, the liver, not a fan. So we'll go with that. Let's see, Brandon and whoever else. Let's kind of throw this a different. What do we got here? I didn't realize.
Well, Tyler asked me. My favorite food is the cap on a ribeye. That's my absolute favorite.
There you go.
It's just always so tender.
Kaisa's in the house.
Fat. It's just it's delicious. And
there you go. And that's so now. And what's
there's queso.
Your worst? What do you hate? dislike?
Cooked spinach.
Spinach.
Cooked spinach. Fresh spinach
Okay.
is okay. Cooked spinach.
Okay, so we got a little bit of everything going on right now.
Really, we do.
Literally, Tyler was telling some silly dad jokes. We threw out what is the most unusual thing that you've ever eaten, and what's your favorite and least favorite food. And so, if you want to chime in on any of those, or just anything at all in general.
Well, I got a question for her since Jim seems to be off. What time is Talking Trash tomorrow? Because I've got it on the calendar for Manny, but I don't have a time written down.
Yeah, because I'm going to be on your show tomorrow.
Yeah.
I am going to be on with the legendary Kaisa, Jim, Will, and Tim. Let's see.
Frog legs, yuck.
Frog legs. I've had frog legs, and they weren't bad at all.
To be bothered.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
like a toothpick with meat on it.
And this one is, you hear all the time. And since we're talking pizza, let's throw it out there, folks. Pizza.
You can just say yes or no.
Pineapple on pizza.
Yes or
no? No. I say no.
I also say no.
But it's pizza, and if it's in front of me, I will eat the shit out of it. But to order it, you will not see me order that. But so we'll just throw that out there as well. Pizza, do you put pineapple on pizza? Yes or no? So I didn't. These are all food. I thought I had something else. The one thing you've eaten, blah. Okay.
Oh, you weren't hungry when you wrote that down because you're already
eating. Yeah. Food, pizza, pie, and the last one is, where is she? She's in there sleeping, so I can say this. And these are questions that I saw. I just typed in. On my search, I just put silly topics you could talk about for discussion on a podcast. And it just brings out all these different things like this.
Yeah.
And the last one, it said, okay, take your pick, people. Dogs, cats. And in my situation, it's a win-win for me because Susie is my wonder dog, my DAWG. And we got Tyler Thompson, no pineapple on pizza for me. Okay, we got one. So we'll take a little slashes here. For pizza.
Tyler's
pineapple.
No.
Let's see. Yes. No. We got a no. And we got
Lori's
another
gone
no.
to do laundry. So
Lori's doing laundry.
Jim Leibel, I think, is off. Brandon may no, Brandon's still here or not.
Yeah, we're not going to be out much longer. We're just kind of hanging out and see how what's going on. Yeah. Like I said, it's just
pick your brain, It's
just
like we pick off the pineapple if it's served that way.
Yeah, it's just another Saturday, and just sharing little bits and pieces of what's going on. And
tell them about the 30th of August.
Yes,
Brian Cody.
This, as you saw, my nephew up here, Bo, was up here. And we're discussing some stuff going on because he is part of the amazing Coach Morrissey family with Mimi and the whole bunch over there. And that's because on August the 30th, there's an event going on in Connecticut, and it is the Brian Cody Brothers and Sisters Foundation. They are doing an event, and there's going to be a run. There's going to be music, there's entertainment, there's going to be food vendors, there's going to be guest speakers. It is going to be truly amazing. And I mean, Coach and Mimi are part of it with Bo and Rach and the rest of the family that are part of this Youth Heroes group.
Big family.
And all of the Morrissey family, it's truly a blessing to have met them. And not only that, just to be part of this family and part of the event. It was another one of those things where just in conversation talking about an event that they were having. He goes, yeah, but it's here in Connecticut, which we are there every 6 weeks. It's like, you got to be kidding. And here's another thing is here we are. What are the chances? Connecticut. It's not like we're going to Vegas or Florida or California. Connecticut. And there's Ian Bick and our producer, Matt Cronin, AJ Galante, Leroy Ebron. This is all just right there in Connecticut. Now we've got the studio there as well. All of these things happening.
All the connections we
AJ
made.
Galante,
Angel
Diane over taking care of the La Quinta. Just all of this stuff in Connecticut. And the 30th, like I said, we are going to be there actually taking part of the event as well. I'm not exactly sure how the format's going to be. I know we did the one just a few weeks back in Athens, Alabama, and I was very fortunate and thankful for Lori having me lead off as the guest speaker, one of the guest speakers. So that worked out real well. I'm not sure how we're going to do that on the 30th, because I know we were talking about maybe doing more of a
like a
Q&A thing, have a few of us sitting at tables and having people, talk to us. You know what, whatever it is, we're all in 100%. Tyler, I think it's time for us to do another live together soon, Manny Vitale. It's a blast every time. Well, all we got to do is figure out what time and what day that your show is. The only thing is, I've noticed, isn't his what time is yours? Isn't it like 3:00 or something like that? Well, you're here. Why am I asking OG?
Don't look at me.
It's your damn show. Tyler, what time is your show and what day is it on? Because I work full time at Harley, and I'm there from pretty much 8:30 in the morning till 6:00 at night, Tuesday through Sunday.
And after he gets off of work, he's exhausted.
Yeah, by the time I get done, it's crazy shit. But let me know what day that you usually do. I'm off on Sundays and Mondays, so we could work something out there depending on your schedule. So shoot us a message and
message me.
Yeah, you got OG stuff. Message. What am I saying? Message me. Don't message me.
No.
Do not message me ever when it comes to scheduling. Of course, message and chit chat anytime you want. But scheduling, organizational skills, shows, anything of importance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am so thirsty.
You were sweating.
There's something else. The 30th. Oh, that's what it was. On that week as well, like I said, we are going to be flying in on the 27th, which I believe is what, Wednesday?
Wednesday.
So we're going to be flying in on a Wednesday, and it's going to be busy. We just talked to our producer, Matt Cronin, and what we usually do when we fly out to the studio in New York is we bank our we'll do
a bunch of shows.
Usually we fly out Thursday or Friday. When do we fly out?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday.
So we usually fry out. We fry in the plane. We fly out Friday morning and come back Sunday. And what we usually try to do is at least 10 shows in a few days, and then we bank them. And what's happened is we had some cancels and stuff like that. So the month of July, or is it August? July. We usually do every single Sunday, 7 p.m. on YouTube. We drop our shows. We are going to be running a little short. So for the month of July, we are going to do every other Sunday, just until we get there in August. And then we're going to replenish everything.
Yeah, because that will take us into August.
So
we'll every other Sunday instead of every Sunday.
Yep. So we'll do that and get back on. And in the meantime,
on track.
What we'll be doing is a lot of this. I've got a lot of people that have reached out to be obviously on the show. It's going to be kind of hard just with the schedule, but we're going to make it work. And on the days that we don't have a guest scheduled, you're going to get a lot more of this as well, where it's just going to be, you know what? Family hanging out. It's going to be Kevin, my man, my brother Kevin. Have a great weekend, family. It's been so busy here, but it's a blessing. You know what? That is so true, Kevin, with stuff like that. I caught myself. I can't remember who it was I was talking to, if it was Leroy Ebron or if it was Ian or Matt or whoever it was. And it was just getting slammed with shows, events, traveling and stuff like that. And I wasn't complaining at all. All I was doing is basically discussing it. It was just like, what's going on? And I remember I was talking to someone and I go, well, this weekend we're in New York. This weekend we're in Oregon. This weekend we are in Mount Pleasant. This weekend we're in Alabama. This weekend, we're going to be in Connecticut. And it's just nonstop. So I was just basically giving updates. And I'm sitting there and I started thinking about Ian Bick and some of the guys when I first started doing this. I was a guest on the show. And I remember hearing after the show, I think it was Ian and Matt, who is the producer, talking about upcoming shows and events and everything and how busy it was. And it was insane. And I was like, what, busy? You sit there and you talk for an hour and a half, maybe. How can that be busy? Until I started doing it and being part of it. So yeah, and again, not complaining one bit. I wouldn't change it. The only thing I would change is to be more busy, to be in more demand, to do more things, to help more people. That's it. And we've got Marie Anderson on here with a rest in peace, Joe Nestor, of course, without a doubt. Marie, we been going over and over that as well. When we first came on, we discussed that, sending faith and the whole Nestor Nation. That's so sad. It's going to be ongoing for quite a while. So our definitely thoughts and prayers to the whole Nestor Nation family. Pick a day that's good for you, brother. I'll get it set up.
Tyler, I'll get back with you. I'll be messaging you.
What'll work good is either Sunday or Monday at this point. But she'll take care of all that good stuff. And then we'll just go from there and let it rip, man. I'm really looking forward to being on there. Whoever would have thought here, I can't remember how long ago it was. Tyler was a guest on My Fight Our War. And since then, he's actually been on twice. And during our conversations, just in chatting, actually, I think it was, I can't remember if it was during I think it may have been during his first show that he was on as a guest. We were talking and he made a comment about wanting to possibly do this. We were talking about, me and how it started, how I started. And he, had a little spark of interest. But then it kind of just went away and didn't really say a lot. It was like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is. And next thing you know, he starts talking about MMA and doing some training. And I made a comment. I said, well, you know what? I go, addiction's been kicking your ass for a long time. I go, why don't you start throwing down and start kicking addiction's ass and do it in the ring? And that was it. Well, little did I know that it actually kind of sparked something for Tyler, because he was a guest on our friend Kat's podcast, Sober Patrol. And I remember popping on and I was watching it. And Tyler was actually nice enough to give me a shout out saying that he was talking to me on the show about, some of the things he wanted to do. And one of them was the MMA. And he goes, yeah, I give a shout out to Manny because he kind of pushed me in that direction. I didn't really push him. I just kind of encouraged what he already said. And the rest, that's all you, brother. You did that.
It's a lot of work.
I kind of just, gave it a little poke, got the fire going a little bit more, but that's all you, Tyler. And we are all extremely proud of you, brother. I'll never forget that conversation. It was a great time. Yeah. And since then, look at all that's happened. You got, you've come a long way in your MMA and you've come even further in your recovery. and now as a host, having your own show. That's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm. You've been busy.
Oh, yeah, get used to that.
Uh-huh.
And enjoy it. That's all I can say is enjoy it. But pace yourself, but trust me, I'm not telling anyone what to do when it comes to anything in life. I'm not going to tell you how to recover, how to stay sober. I'm not going to tell you how to do any of that because I feel that that's up to you. It's up to me to do it our way. We're here to give suggestions. That's it. And but this whole podcast, this shit, having a backdrop of studio lights, cameras, interface, computers, stuff that I don't even know about, doing a show is something that I was very blessed with because I just jumped in. One thing,
both feet.
Yeah, one thing with me when it comes to life and stupid shit is I've never been one to shy away from it. It's just like you really shouldn't do that. Okay, let's jump in. Or you should give this some thought. Okay, that was long enough. But I never give myself a chance to think myself out of it because I just jump in. And my brother at work, Derek, told me, we go over different things about our dads and stuff. Of course, mine's no longer here. Thank God Derek is. And we talk about the things our dads have taught us. And one of them, we were talking about doing something. We were moving heavy shit, because we were talking about the first time I moved a slate pool table.
Oof.
It's like a quarter of an inch, half inch, whatever it may be. That son of a bitch was so heavy. And, I'm sitting there looking at it. The longer I looked at it, the heavier it got. So Derek's dad, they were moving something one day. And Derek's like, I don't know about this. We should do this. And he goes, no, let's just do it. Let's get it over with. What did he call it? Damn it. It'll come to me. But it was something about you were thinking about it so much. It caused like paralysis. But the words were perfect together because it was something.
I know. I've heard that term. I've got it.
You're trying
analysis paralysis.
You're by analysis or something like that
because you're
analyzing it so much that you freeze. You can't do it. It's and I remember thinking, I'm like, that's perfect because I've done that. It's like the longer, if you look at 400, like I'll never forget at the gym. I've watched some of these animals that I used to train with. You take the a barbell, it's 45 pounds. Then you throw a couple 45s on each side. You got 135 pounds. Mm-hmm. And then you just keep adding your weight. These animals that I used to train with, 10 pounds, 5 pounds, a quarter. These guys would just keep grabbing 45-pound plates, one after the other So I'm the newbie. I'm the little guy, and I'm watching these guys. 135, I'm all over that. I jump in. 225. You got the two out. Hey, no problem. Well, then it keeps going up. You got three, and it was at 315 or whatever it is, or something like that. So you got the bar that's 35 or 45 pounds. You've got 3 45-pound plates. So of course it's heavy, but when you're looking at a 45-pound plate, just looking at it, it's a big steel plate. Well, now you got 6 of them that you're looking at. The most I've ever done, and this was about 15 billion years ago, I did 410 or 4 something. It's 4 plates on each side. Wow. But I mean, I could do 3 plates on each side, which is 3. Well, not now. No. This is back 25, 30 years ago.
When you still had joints.
But seriously, man, what we would do is I would follow their routine. We'd start out, throw 45 on each side, then put another 45, then another 45, then another. There was no inching your way up with these guys. But I remember having 3 45s on each side, and I did it like eight times, 9 times, no problem. Just pounded it right out. Well, they're like, okay, grabbed another. So now you've got 445s on each side. So it's like this wide, all these plates on each side. And I'm just looking at it going, there's no way. I just did 3, for 8 to 10 reps. And it was just analysis over paralysis because I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at it. And without even trying, I was like, I can't do it. Didn't even try. And working with these guys was such a blessing because they're like, why would you get up there and throw on whatever weight it was, and then your next set throw on 10 pounds on each side and do it another 12 reps? You're basically burning out your strength and endurance for 20 pounds when you could throw another 45 on there and lift heavier, which made all the sense in the world. But when you're seeing it, it was like, fuck. So I'll never forget, man. Bo and his buddy John, these guys didn't work out with anyone because no one could hang with them. And they were just mean dudes, man. You stayed out of their way. But I've been very fortunate in my life that some of these crazy fuckers, took a liking to me. And they're like, you're training with us. So here I am. And they're like, but you're training with us just the same way. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Well, sure enough, man, they're like, don't think about it, just do it. And man, I tell you what, that first time, I mean, it was a great day. I was zoned and got in there and I did exactly what they did without thinking about it. And it was something I'll never forget. It was, and now I do 180 or I think 185. And I was jumping around like a little squirrel girl. Boy, I was like, if it was just like doing that, because with all my surgeries now and everything I've had, they told me basically I wouldn't do anything more than 35 pounds. Well,
they had no idea who they're talking to.
Yeah, you know what? Don't let someone talk you out of something, that, I mean, it's our lives. We are in control.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I know we're missing some things, but
well, did you want to already tell them about Florida, or that's too far
yeah,
away?
we just worked out some things with my brother in Miami, Nelson Rodriguez, who is just an incredible host. He's got an amazing show, Honor Among Thieves, in Miami, Florida. And Nelson was on My Fight Our War twice. I was on his show twice. And again, you meet these people, and sometimes it is, I always like to say when we do a show, this isn't a one and done. This isn't like, but sometimes it is, because sometimes people just want to come on the show, tell their story, and that's it. They want to move on to the next show, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But, with what I started here with My Fight Our War is I don't want that. I want us to build a family and a rapport and a relationship so we could sit around doing this stuff. And what we need is more conversation from you guys and less from my big ass mouth. So let's do. We didn't get anything about. We got a few about the pizza, folks. So whoever's left, and dogs versus cats. What do we got? For me? Susie's sleeping right now, so I'm safe. But for me, it's a win-win because Susie is my DAWG. Mm-hmm. Because before Susie, all I ever had in life were dogs. I never thought that a cat was a pet. I didn't think it was like cats are just, but I never had one. I had one for a short time back in like 94 for a very short time. But everything, like all my buddies that had cats, you'd hear they don't like to be held. They're not social. They're not. It's like, why even have it? I had a buddy who had 2 cats, and I literally never saw him. Mm-hmm. And these were him and his wife were very good friends of mine that I would see all the time. Go over there, and they're like, oh yeah, when anyone comes over, they get skittish and they run and hide. And my buddy Matt, he's like, we don't even see them because when we come home, they hide, and they're cats. And they're like, they don't like their stomachs rubbed. They don't like to be held and cuddled. They don't like this. They don't like that. I'm like, what the? Why have one?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Susie comes into my life.
And she likes her belly rubbed.
I tell you what, the first time I met Susie, I'm sitting there and I see this big thing come lumbering by. And I was like, what the shit? They go, oh, this is Susie. I'm like, okay. Susie really doesn't like people, whatever. So I'm sitting there and I'm leaning back, and Susie comes over, jumps up on me, walks all the way up, and looks at me like nose to nose, and then just starts headbutting the shit out of me. So I was like, what the shit is this? And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I was just told that she doesn't like people. Now I'm getting headbutted. I don't know if this is a good thing, bad thing, or ugly. And then I was told, oh my God, no, that's a great thing. That's how they show affection. Well, one thing led to another. And now I have Susie, who is my DAWG.
Mm-hmm.
She waits for, I open the door, she's waiting for me. As soon as my ass hits the recliner, she's in the air, climbs up and snuggles right in. True. By the time I go to, she follows me everywhere on her back, belly. She's just amazing. So yeah, we do have a dog.
Considering your hours, it's probably better that you have a cat than a dog.
Yeah. Plus, and she drinks out of the sink. But Tyler says, I like them both, but my Max is the best pet I ever had. Max, that's was a shepherd. I think you got.
It's a big dog, right?
Yeah, I think that's the shepherd. So we got. Actually, I think it might be just me and you, Tyler. But I'm talking about watching right now.
No, there's more. They're just hidden. They're just not showing themselves.
And that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Shy, coy, and demure. That's okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, all day.
But other than that, tomorrow is Sunday, and wait a minute. Okay, there we go. See, the more unorganized I get, the better it is, because now he's German Shepherd Husky mix. Okay. That's what my boy Ben was. My very first dog. Well, actually, I got him in, I think I was in 5th grade. So it was like my dog by just playing with, because my dad still took care of it. Mm-hmm. But Ben was a Shepherd Husky. Great dog. And my first dog that I got when I moved in on my own, my first house, was Taz. And Taz started out life. He was supposed to be Bill Stacks is in the house. How you doing, brother? I got a rescue, and because my Aunt Dale, before she left this earth, my Aunt Dale loved every animal, and she said, "You got to promise me something. If you ever get an animal, you got to get a rescue." And I just get my house, and a month later, I'm talking to a girl at work whose mom and dad worked for a rescue league. I go, listen, man, I want to get a dog, but I just got a house. I can't have a puppy. I'm looking for something like 2 to 3 years old at least. No problem. Yeah, and, a Shepherd Husky is what I had before. No problem. Well, it was like 5 days later, they call me. We're bringing a dog up to work for you. Shepherd Lab, and 3 years old. They bring this dog up to me, and this thing is the weirdest looking dog I've ever seen. And they tell me that he's very skittish around guys because he was abused. I'm like, great. Well, long story short, I end up keeping him. And on the way home, I actually have to stop because on the way to work, I didn't have a dog. Now on the way home, I do. So I grab a bunch of shit. The next day, I make an appointment at the vet and, to just find out about this dog. I'm talking to the vet, and he's like, oh, look at the baby. And he's petting him. I'm like, baby? He goes, oh, puppy. I go, puppy my ass. He's 3. He goes, 3? He goes, this dog is at 3. He goes, this dog's maybe 11 months old. I'm like, excuse me? And also I looked down at Taz, and he's looking up at me, and I was like, "Oh, well, he hasn't destroyed too much." I go, "Well, you know what?" I go, "Even though he's so young, maybe I guess a Shepherd Lab's a good mix." To which he goes, "Oh, what?" He goes, "Who said that?" I go, "The same person that said it was 3." He goes, "This is a Shepherd Pit Bull." And I'm like, "Oh." Well, up until that point, I've always had shepherds, never had a pit, just heard the same stories that you guys did. So I'm like, I don't know about this. The guy, he goes, "Listen, you're my last appointment. I've got 3 pits and I've got 2 young baby girls at home. I would never put their lives in danger." We ended up talking, ended up being the greatest dog. I had him for almost 14 years. In that time, towards the end, I actually got another one, Chopper, Pit, and another one, Hunter, and just amazing, amazing dogs. Heidi, how you doing, Heidi? Heidi is in the house. Bill Stacks, my man. Stacks, we are doing another show on Monday with me and Thomas. So hopefully you get to check that out. Max is like a tornado when he plays. Oh yeah, I tell you. Yeah, I love them both, but my Susie, I tell you what, she definitely is something.
Well, she fits your life right
Stacks has himself a crazy dog. Every now and then, he was sending me some pictures of his dog, and he goes, "This thing's driving me nuts." So Stacks has got his hands full too. Besides his just incredible platform and podcast, Chatting with Stacks. Check him out on YouTube. Check out his Facebook page. Everything else, Chatting with Stacks. His guests are absolutely amazing. In fact, yours truly, I was on there. Really appreciate Bill giving me that opportunity to come on, and really looking forward to doing some more work with you. He's got a lot of things going on, man. He's got a lot
He's
of
busy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of irons in the fire, man. And still waiting to hear from you, brother. I want to jump in there. Mr. Bill Stacks is everything from a producer, an editor, podcaster, host, actor, and everything else. So right now I'm trying to shimmy my way in and be in one of his shows, one of his movies. And the thing is, though, I was told, Manny, you've got a face for radio. And I was like,
Okay.
So, but anyways, we definitely got to check out Chatting with Stacks.
I told him we're going to be there. When we're
Oh, definitely. That's right. We are going to be there. As OG just said, we'll be there on the 27th. So that'd be great to connect and see you. The event is on that Saturday, right?
30th.
The Saturday, the 30th is the actual Bride Cody Brothers and Sisters event. Hey, we got a shenanigator. Sorry, I'm late. Just getting home. Been driving. We'll catch up afterwards. Jacqueline, it's always great to see you, honey. And I know we've been kind of going back and forth with the other shenanigator, Amber. I know that you've been getting more info
she's been
than I have. I've been trying to keep up with what I can. But Amber's been going through quite a bit, as we all know, because of she's been keeping us updated and posted on everything. So along with everyone else that needs our thoughts and prayers. Also, the shenanigator, the other half of the shenanigators,
needs some healing.
Amber, this is for you. Seems so weird doing that with water. Cheers.
Good for you.
Cheers. Oh, it's so funny. The guy I used to work with, Conrad, this young kid, he was like my little surrogate son at work, and just a great, like I said, kid. And the other day he came up to see us at work, and he had this old van that he's putting together, and he wanted to show me the flooring that he put in. He goes, "Here, you got to check this out." So we go out there, and of course it's in these 90 plus days. So we walk out. He opens the side door of the van, and about 6 bottles come falling out. Water bottles. And they're hitting the ground. He's laughing. I'm like, dude, you seriously got a drinking problem, man. We got to talk. And he's looking at me, And I just started cracking up. And I'm like, Conrad, you have no idea. My truck back in the day, it
Oh, I
was a
can just imagine.
waterfall, beer bottles, whiskey bottles, you name it. They just all come tumbling out. So yeah, it was funny when told my boy, you got a drinking problem. Jacqueline, I've been praying for some healing and strength to stay calm.
For her, yeah.
Most definitely. And we all go through our own issues. And the best thing we could do is just let people, sometimes you sit there and you think, I don't know what to say, or I don't know what to do. You know what? Sometimes you don't have to say, and you don't
Just
have
reach
to
out.
do anything.
Yeah.
Just a simple phone call or a text. Hey, listen, I know you may not want to talk to anybody right now. I get it. I respect that. But you know what? Just wanted to say hi, let you know you're not alone. We're thinking about you. We love you. And I sent that to a certain individual in Alabama. We were chit chatting, and it was so neat. We were at the meet and greet, and I'm going around talking to some people, and all of a sudden, oh, geez, like tapped me on the back, and I'm talking. So then next, she's like, hey, just grabs me, and I'm like, what? And she goes, this guy over here wants to meet you. And okay. So we go over there and start talking to him and just had a real good conversation and exchanged numbers, and just a good dude. And it was probably a week or so after getting back from Alabama. I was just sitting here and he popped in my mind for some reason. And I was like, huh. So I just grabbed my phone and just sent him a simple text. And all it said was, hey, man, just wanted to say hi, let you know I was thinking about you. Very happy and proud of you. And that was it. I get this text back. You would have think that I sent him the winning lottery ticket. He's like, you have no idea how much this means to me. He goes, a simple little text. He goes, just made my day. So, I mean, there you go. So that's what we try to do. What do we got here? I've been praying for her. Did I miss something here?
Yeah, no, keep going to the end, Tyler.
Okay, Tyler says that's the way my 1993 Blazer truck was back in the day. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I remember when I lived with mom and dad, I had this old Camaro, and sometimes I'd have it on the street. And when my dad would get home after, he worked afternoons, so he'd pull in and then he'd pull my car in the driveway so it wouldn't be left on the street. I remember laying there in bed to the sound of this bang, this bottle being slammed on my dresser.
Oh.
And of course, I act like I'm asleep because I want no part of that confrontation. After he walks out, I look over and it was a big old cue that I had in the back seat or something like that fell over. So yeah, that was definitely
days gone by.
Like I said, some of the wildest days that I'll never remember. But okay, guys, I tell you what, it's actually been an hour and 13 minutes.
Really?
But you know what? Just
just want to say hi.
Yeah, just hanging out, chit chatting. Really want to get a lot more involvement, participation, whenever and whatever you want to talk about, whatever that may be. As you can see, we threw out a couple comments and questions, and it was so funny because the first one was, what are some of the weirdest things you've eaten? And it was followed up with Tyler saying, how does a penguin build his house? But that's okay. That's cool. That's the spontaneity. That's what we want. Just to sit there. Everything doesn't have to be so damn formal. Everything doesn't have to be, by a script. Everything doesn't have, what? Life isn't by a script, man. You just live it for the moment, because we don't know if there is going to be another moment. All we know is right here, right now. So make the most out of right here and right now. And that's that. So tomorrow is Sunday. We'll be popping on.
Talking Trash. What?
No, I keep forgetting I'm doing a show tomorrow night with Talking Trash.
I'll remind you.
So tomorrow,
I'll remind him. I didn't get the time.
I believe it's
I asked.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. It's going to be either Eastern time, either I think 9 o'clock. They go kind of late.
Yeah.
9 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
They'll be throwing out a promo.
Yeah.
So please check us out tomorrow for Talking Trash. And I'm going to be on there with somebody.
Yes. With somebody by the name of Jana, Jana, Jana M. I don't know.
No idea.
That's okay.
But you know what? Hey,
a new friend you haven't met.
Just like I always say, we're one hello away from meeting your next best friend.
Next best friend.
Tyler says, I'm ADHD, so I'm everywhere. There you go. And I am definitely blender brain. So you guys have a great night, man. And Jacqueline, definitely prayers for the Nestor family. From the moment we went on, and pretty much most of the day, just like everybody, we've been really, sending that out to our regards and our best wishes, thoughts, and prayers to the whole family. But that's not just, it's one and done with that. That's going to be continued for something so, so terrible.
Tragic.
So yeah, it's going to take a lot to get the family, through that. And that just, that's not just the immediate family. That's all of us, man. We're all family. And Joe touched a lot of people, in a lot of different ways. So, you guys, like I said,
so enjoy every day. In other words, enjoy every day.
But at the same time, keep an eye on each other, man.
Yeah.
I mean, life's too precious. Life's too short. So don't take it for granted. And just, if someone needs something, man, just reach out. So until then, Tyler, you have a great night. Kevin, thanks for popping on here with us. Jacqueline, everyone, just buzzing through here. Bill Stacks, love you, brother. Heidi, of course, Heidi's Heidi. And appreciate everything that you've been here doing since day one. Marie Anderson, and just everyone. Kevin, Kaisa, see you tomorrow. And till then, guys, love you. And just keep fighting the good fight.